All right, guys, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to be walking you through on how to create a sectional prune map. In the last video, we talked about all the utilities that you have available through using Google Earth Pro. So the first thing that we want to do is create a new folder for the job. So right click on the sidebar here. In your case, I think you're going to click My Places and create Add Folder, but because I have other folders here, I'm going to create it under the training folder, and I'm going to call this the Prune Map folder. All right, so everything that we create is going to be stored into this folder, every layer that we create. The next thing we need to find out is how many sections do we need to create this map for? So if a contract is asking for 9 prunes per year, you got two options. You go to this job and prune it one time every 6 weeks, or you can break it down into a 6-week rotation. So we go to the job site once a week, we detail a small section, and then we go to the following week, detail another section, and so on and so on. To find out how many rotations a job has, all you got to do is take 52 and divide it by the number of prunes that the contract required. So in this case, you divide 52, you divide 52 by 9, and it gives you a total of 5.77. So it should be a 6-week rotation for this map. So what we're going to do is we're going to select our polygon tool. Remember, we talked about this in the prior video, and we're going to change the color to yellow. The colors that I use for sectionals is yellow, blue, red, green, orange, and purple in that order. So just so you know, just to keep it consistent throughout the company. So yellow, blue, red, green, orange, and purple. All right. So we want to make sure that the opacity for the lines is 100% and the color for the filled area is 50%. You can go 40%. It's up to you on how transparent you want to be. So we got to break this map into 6 sections. Ideally, you want to walk the property and understand how much planting there is at the property before you section it out. So I'm moving this out of the way so you can see a little bit better. So let's say that you're gonna be going, from here. You can use the arrow keys when you're using Google Earth to move the screen. So the guys, whoever you have pruning, they're gonna do all this perimeter down to over here. So we'll call this day 1. Or section 1 or week 1, whichever your client's language is favorite. You can call it section, you can call it week 1, week 2, whatever they understand the easiest, that's what you're going to go with. In this case, we're going to use section 1. Okay. All right, so we got our section. It's clear. We hit OK, and see right here, it stores it for you. So there's section 1 of your map. Now we're going to do section 2. In this case, we have to do a 6-week rotation, so we're going to change this to the color blue. And it remembers your opacity on what you used the last time. So in this case, I'm going to do all of this perimeter the following week. So this is going to be section 2. All right, we'll call that section 2. Then the next thing is we're going to do section 3. So section 3, we're going to do these 2 buildings here. And we're going to change this to red. Oh, my apologies. I forgot to rename it. You can also rename it here, section 3. And just hit enter. All right, so we're going to do these 2. Okay, we're going to do this whole area as one section, these two, and these two for the other two. So we're going to come here, change this to, what color did I say? Green, I believe. So, oh yeah. So we're going to come here and we're going to do the clubhouse and this little building here and all this islands here. There we go. And this is going to be section 4. All right. And now we're going to do section 5. It's, I see as simple as this. Now, this is a small job, and I'm using it as a tool for you guys to learn. But when you have big jobs, it becomes a little more complex. And you have to do a lot of house counting because you want to split it up by houses. So in this case, I'm using this as an example for you guys to learn on. So we'll call this one, this is going to be section 5. Righty, and then we got one more section. And this is going to be section 6, and we use the color purple for this one. This aside so I can draw. We'll go this way down to here. So this is section 6. Pretty simple for your client to understand what sections they're using. So this looks different than this because remember, your opacity is only at 40%. If you were 100%, they would be similar. So just in case, I know somebody's asked me that before, so I thought I'd share that with you. All right, there we go. There you have it, guys. You have a 6-week sectional rotation map. Now, the one thing that you can do is add a company logo. I'm using this one mostly because I'm using this training and there's going to be other people that are going to be using it. So you can click on these things to make the logos bigger, smaller, whatever. So you can bring this and then drag it to right there. And then just hit OK. So that way you actually I could have named this here. That way you know exactly where everything is, okay? All right, so the next thing that we got to do is save it so you can print this out or upload it into your software where you keep all your maps. So for that, we're going to go to print. And you see this, you can adjust it a little bit, hold control so you get a little bit of top-down view, the company logos here. This property is the Oasis, but let's call it something else. Let's call it, let me see, Glenbrook, let's call it. Okay, and it's a sectional prune map. That's what we just made. It's 9 weeks, 9 prunes per year, a 6-week rotation. So then the legend automatically saves to whatever you did each color as, but you can also come in here and change it to whatever you want. So you can always refresh from view and it will pull something else here. Oh, one thing, sometimes when you create, let's say, an extra layer for some reason, let's say you put this here for some reason, but and you want it there, but you don't want it to show on the legend, so you would do something like this. You would hit print, and then you come here, refresh from view, and it will see how it shows up right here. It's under the same color as this, so I should have changed the color. But you can just do this and it won't show. It won't show whatever the name is for this one. So I just wanted to show you that. This applies more to the path of motion. I'm going to do that in a little while. So I'm not going to do that right now. So anyway, so we go back to File, Print, and you already got all your information. We're going to update this again. So this is showing up here. Make sure we click on this so it shows up here. So you got all your sections, company logo, name of the property, how many prunes per year, and then all you do is hit Save PDF and save it in the desktop. That way you can upload it later on to whatever program you want. And that should be it. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next video, which we're going to be talking how to create path of motion maps. This is Mateo Ham.